You know what scares me most about marketing in 2025? It's not just the tools or the AI hype or even the rising ad prices. It's how many businesses are about to get blindsided because they're watching the wrong trends. Everyone's chatting about the bright, shiny objects, but the real shifts are happening underneath the surface. The things that decide who gets found, who gets trusted, and who gets bought. So today I want to walk through a few of the angles that almost no one talks about. The points that the gurus skip because they don't fit in a carousel post. If you want your marketing to still work in 5 years, not just 5 weeks, this is the episode for you. Firstly, things have changed really fast in who chooses who. You need to be chosen by machines, not just humans. Most people still think of marketing as how do I convince a person to come to my website? But the first layer in 2025 is not a person. It's an AI feed, a ranking model, or a system filtering choices that they get to see. You'll note this. You go to Google, the first thing you'll see is AI. If you use ChatGPT, the first thing you're doing is asking the AI. You're not going to the website. It's collecting the information, or it's working on its own database and coming back to you with an answer. If AI had to pick 3 brands in your niche to recommend, would you be on that list? You win when your business is clear, concise, easy to understand, heavy in proof, and light on fluff. Fluff means nothing to a machine learning algorithm. AI is looking for expertise and competence, niche down and focus in. It's really important that now more than ever, you get rid of all the stuff off your website that does not relate to your core business. So ask yourself, does your website make sense to a machine or only to you? By the way, if this video helps, please hit subscribe and share it with other business owners who are feeling behind the curve. If you're ready to learn more about future-proofing your business, please grab my latest book, AI Powered Profits, from mrwebmarketing.com/books. So your marketing will fall apart if your data's a mess. Here's the truth that no one really wants to talk about. Most businesses don't really have a marketing problem when it comes to AI. They have a data hygiene problem. Their data is filthy. It's full of garbage. It's all over the place. And that problem shows up pretty well everywhere that I look or that I work when I'm working with businesses. Think about it. Your leads are scattered across multiple tools. You have duplicates with different details. They're not merged. Old tags from old campaigns that you barely remember are still in place. You have no clean link between your sales data and what actually triggered people to buy it. In other words, how did they get there? What process did they follow? And your CRM is completely full of guesswork and comments that have nothing to do with what you're trying to achieve now. When your data is dirty, every campaign is a guessing campaign. So what does future data look like? If you're going to future-proof your data, you need one clean list, okay? Every tool draws from the same point of truth. That means getting rid of all the extraneous tools and keeping your data all in one place. It doesn't matter where that place is. That's up to you. But get rid of all the other stuff, compile everything together, and make sure that your data is clean. You don't need duplicates. You don't need 15 different phone numbers for someone. Find out what their current phone number is and update your database. You need simple ways to collect information, short forms, clear drop-downs, and standard fields. Don't make it confusing for people so that they leave those fields empty. You want as much data as possible, but you want it to be accurate. So if you make it easy for people to put in, they're going to fill in your forms. And you need to update your tagging system so that it makes sense. You don't need 100 different tags that you're never going to use. Just because you're running another campaign doesn't mean you've got to tag it as this campaign. If it's your newsletter campaign and you're sending things out to people on your newsletter, then put them under a newsletter. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be email number 56 and this topic I talked about, all sorts of stuff that really does not matter. You want to see how your newsletter works. You want to be able to get to your data about the newsletter. You don't want to have to filter through thousands and thousands of tags. Ask yourself, would I trust my CRM if I had to bet money on it? Because you are. If not, That's your first project to start before the end of 2025. Retail media is the silent giant that no one is ready for. While everyone's arguing about Facebook versus Google versus LinkedIn versus ChatGPT, something big is happening in the background. Retail media is growing. You're getting ads inside platforms like Amazon's, Woolies, Coles, Uber Eats, eBay, Afterpay, Square. There's ads everywhere. These ads run on real purchase data, not clicks. In other words, those apps are seeing what people are buying and then showing them ads based on their buying behavior. This is a major difference to the way things were done before. You're going to those websites, they're holding you in there, they're showing you ads from within there. They're not actually advertising outside of their own platforms. Their own advertising is entirely different. It's mainly for the company itself. So even if you're not an e-commerce brand, this shift really matters for you. It changes how people discover you, it changes trust, and it changes where people spend their money. Because if they're inside a website or an app, they're more likely to keep buying if they see an ad that draws them to a special. Future-proof entrepreneurs ask, who already owns the shelf space in my niche? And how do I partner with them? Messaging apps should be your new home base. Your customers are not necessarily hanging around on your websites. They're not reading your long emails and they're not scrolling your posts just for fun. They're in DM apps, talking to their friends, getting involved in chat groups, talking to people all over the world and to businesses through the chat apps. If you've ever done business with China, you'll know that they exclusively use chat apps to do their business. You won't get many emails from them. You will get ongoing WhatsApp messages. People open WhatsApp, Messenger, and Instagram DMs more than any other channel because they're prompted to open them. And here's the kicker. Most people trust messages in their chat apps more than they trust email. So what's a future-proof move that you can make here? You can build a messenger list. You can deliver short updates, quick tips and reminders rather than long information. You can create tiny paid offers inside the chat rather than dragging people back to your website. You can run launches in 3 to 5 messages instead of email launches. And you can make your support really easy by making a special chat group where people can just chat with support. Now, obviously, you're not going to be awake 24/7 if you're working on your own, but you can at least have a response message that says, I'm offline currently, please leave your message and I'll come back to you. The key thing is you're going to have to open up the apps and do it. Ask yourself, if my website vanished today, could people still find me, talk to me, and buy from me? If the answer is no, you know where to start. Prepare for AI agents, not just AI chats. The big shift in 2025 wasn't chatbots, it's AI agents. That's where everything's happening. People will say, find me the best option, and the agent will go off and it will find the best option for them. I know you've probably played with agents, but they're only going to get more complex. The new agents coming through ChatGPT and GenSpark and the other AI tools that I use are so much more powerful than they were 6 months ago, 12 months ago. That means your website and offers need to be simple, clear, and transparent and comparable so they can be compared to other places. If a digital assistant had to judge you against your competitors, would it pick you? Think about that. If a robot with no emotion was to choose you, would they actually choose you? And this is really important because the robot is choosing you and it's putting you in front of the human, and then the human's coming to you. Now, I know that's how Google's always worked, but it's not the same. Google's algorithm didn't look at things necessarily the same way as an AI algorithm would look at it. This is your new standard. So what's a future-proof move you can pull? First of all, write a plain language version of your offer that AI could read and instantly understand. This means also check your existing offers. It doesn't mean throw out all your great sales copy. It means make sure it's easy to understand, or maybe have another version somewhere on your website that AI reads. Not only will it help the AI make a decision about you, it will also help the humans when they do get to your website. You need to run platform failure drills before the platforms fail you. When we're talking about platforms, we're talking about websites like Facebook, Instagram, Google. What would happen if those systems failed? It might be for a day, it might be a month. Every entrepreneur says that they want to diversify their streams of people coming to their websites or their sales coming from different areas of the internet. But almost none actually test what would happen if one of their channels died. This is so important. What would happen if your Facebook account was banned? This is such a serious problem that the government here is actually investing time and effort into working with companies like Facebook, because someone reports your page, you get banned, and that is it. You are off the platform and there's no one to talk to say, why did I get banned? Most of the time it appears that it has nothing to do with your content. It's just someone said something and the algorithm automatically pulls your page, which is devastating because so many businesses actually rely on their social media and don't have websites these days. So if their social media dies, their whole business dies. Now, I used to see this with SEO, where companies would be booted from Google and they had no other forms of advertising. That's changed a lot. But what happens if your Facebook account is banned? What happens if your Facebook ads are banned or your Instagram reach drops by 80%? Google suddenly drops you and you get zero traffic from Google. What happens if your email tool is hacked and you lose all your contacts or you get blocked so you can't send email? Spot your weakness in minutes. As a firefighter, we don't hope things won't go wrong. We train for it. We make sure we know what to do so when things go wrong, we know how to solve the problem. You need to do the same in your own business. What happens if a platform kills you? Your marketing needs to run the same way as we firefighters do. If today's video hit a nerve, good. That means you've seen the gaps that your competitors probably haven't looked at yet. Pick one area, set a 30-day goal, and fix it before this year flips into 2026. If this video helped, please like, subscribe, and share with other business owners who are feeling behind the curve. If you're ready to learn more about future-proofing your business, grab my latest book, AI-Powered Profits, from mrwebmarketing.com/books. The future's moving fast. Make sure your business keeps up because we'd miss you.